little baby is starting solids. She's 6 months old, so we've been starting a couple of weeks now, easing into it, and she is loving it. Do you love food? Do you love food?
Battery.
Oh, thank you. New battery for the camera. A big thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this week's video, but more on that later. But right now, today is about our baby girl Willa, what we're feeding her, how we're getting started, and it's been so much fun. She's had some chicken broth, so that's just like meat stock, and all of this, honestly, so much of this was that I found this woman, Kate Pope. Hey Kate, if you're watching, wild nutritionist on Instagram, and she has helped me so much when I was so exhausted. You know that mom state with your first baby where you haven't been sleeping for what feels like your whole life, but it's really just been like, I don't know, 7 months, and I was vegan. I literally was like withering away and so drained, and just my brain, I couldn't even think to try to find solutions, but I knew something had to change, and food seemed like what my brain was telling me, and it was right. I just needed more fat. I needed more building blocks. I needed things that could power me through motherhood, and I feel so much better the second time around. It's honestly kind of wild. So big thanks to Kate for helping me out, and there's so many other amazing moms, honestly, that I found on Instagram that just talk about an ancestral, nutrient-dense approach. You can read, like I read the Weston A. Price books. They have a great one for babies, and I honestly do this all with a grain of salt. Like Max just went to Harry Potter Land, and he has a chocolate frog over there, and you know, he goes to the coffee shop with his dad and gets random baked goods all the time. So I'm by no means like, this is the only things that my kids eat. But when they're at home, for the most part, we eat very close to this. And I try when we're at our own home to be like making sourdough with the kids. Also because I just love cooking with my kids. I think it's so much fun, and it's a way that I've shifted from being like overwhelmed on how to prepare meals, because like, how do I do this while I'm taking care of kids, to including them in the process, and that just makes it so much more fun. Okay, so Max and Lou just got back from the fish market, and I've never made this before, but I've been reading how great it is as a good baby first food, and since we're in Florida, I thought it would be fun to try. We're making fish stock.
Don't even need a fin.
Yeah, they said the fins will taste bad.
They told us to get the fin though.
Okay, I think this is perfect. Then it says we're gonna have to rinse them in cold water. Thanks for getting me these fish, Max.
Dad said fish keep their eyes open underwater there for they aren't that offended.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There you go.
So I've never made fish stock before, but I figured while we're in Florida, it's really cool to use local items. And I went to the farmer's market and was hoping to find some like local beef or local chicken or organic produce, and there was actually none of it. And it was a really interesting moment for me, because I feel like we are so well taken care of in upstate New York with like great farmers and great farming practices and regenerative practices, and coming here, it's been a little bit trickier for me to source our food, and especially with our baby starting eating while away from home. It's pretty special, I think, to give her fish stock, which is new to all of us, but it should be yum. So I also bought a bunch of mason jars while we're here to store the stock. Oh, it's actually really good. You like that?
Good girl.
Hi. Do you want to hold the spoon yourself like last time? Yeah, there you go.
That's too for real.
Hi.
I'm a real fan.
Do you want more?
How about
Want to show her more? Thanks. Yeah, you want to see something funny? This is my freezer when I'm away on vacation. so many jars of fish stock that Willa has been enjoying, and I just thaw them every other day so that she can have some, and then I finish whatever she doesn't have. This way, that's the other thing. Mamas, it's perfect time when you're starting your baby on first foods, when you're putting the effort in to make them all this nutrient dense food, make sure to imbibe it yourself. Things in my freezer: chicken liver, an ice cube tray of chicken heart puree with stewed apples and ghee. Lou's side of the freezer, he's making himself protein creamies. I feel like we went from like minimalists who lived in a van in our young years to maximalist parents. I need to source my organ meat. I need a pot to cook in. Lou's bringing a Ninja Creamy. We're bringing a Berkey filter. We're bringing light bulbs so that we don't have to have blue light at night. It's so funny. Like each parent, figures out what things support them. And I'm so here for every parent just doing what supports them. We are in the kitchen preparing some of Willa's first foods. I sent Lou and Max to the butcher here, and they were able to find, I actually had to order them ahead of time, chicken hearts. So these are hopefully organic chicken hearts. I'm not exactly sure. And I also have chicken livers. No animal byproducts in feed ever. No antibiotics. It is what it is, but that's fine. My plan is to be inspired by Kate Pope. I really love her stuff. She's helped me so much. I think there's so many of us who have been on that kind of roller coaster of life where you are trying to do the right thing. You're trying to find what works for you, but also works for the planet and all these things. And I feel like when I became a mom, I was like, you know what I need to do? I need to do what's right for my babies, what's right to give me energy so that I can function throughout the day. And shifting to local food, supporting my local farmer, and then also raising our own. Like when we were home, we have so many eggs. We hope to raise our own meat birds, pork, and maybe even cattle as well. Lou hunts, so we have venison on the regular. And yeah, it's been a really, really dramatic life change in the last 2 years, but I feel very fortunate because I feel like Willa is the chillest baby. She has such good vibes. She's enjoying her food so much. She's been gobbling up the fish stock. I can't wait. I actually just made another batch of stock before a few hours ago, and this is chicken stock. I just used these drumsticks, simmered them for like an hour and a half in some water with some salt, and that will be the base. I just thought I'm gonna do a puree of simmering the chicken hearts in a broth, and the fish stock is quite fishy. And so I thought that would be kind of a weird combo. So I was like, I need to make some chicken stock to go with my chicken hearts. So that's the plan. First, I'm gonna have to process all of them. So you just cut them open, you gotta trim them out. You can just watch a YouTube video on how to trim chicken hearts. That's what I'm gonna do right now. I kind of just cut off this part here, the top. And that's most of it. Separate these two, kind of like the valves. And then you can peel off the skin sometimes, but I honestly don't normally do that. And when you think about it, I know it might seem weird to be giving your baby chicken heart puree, but ancestrally speaking, mothers, babies, people soon to be pregnant, they were always served the organ meat. When babies only eat a tiny little bit of food, the nutrient density is something that it really spoke to me, because I remember when Max was little, this was this just doesn't feel right. He only eats so much. And then yet I'm gonna feed him oatmeal and blueberries. And meanwhile, I was eating oatmeal and blueberries and feeling ravenous, not understanding that my body was just craving nutrition. I guess the skin does come off. Maybe I'll go back and peel the skin. And so now I feel like this postpartum has been so much easier because I have given myself so much more nutrition. And also, I feel like second time baby is just easier. In my opinion, I think one kid is harder than 2 kids because you learn so much when you're becoming a mom. So I have stewed apples and ghee. I simmered the chicken hearts with some of the chicken stock and fresh thyme. I think she's gonna like it. I might blend it a little bit more so it's a little bit smoother, because that's still a little bit a little chunky. I think I'm gonna pivot and put this into an ice cube tray so I can freeze it in little blocks so that I can have a little bit every day, because I don't know how I'm gonna go through that much puree. That's a lot of puree. Yeah. Is that yum? He like. Yay! Yay! I can always come back through with a knife after I need it. Okay.
Then maybe.
We're gonna need a lot because we're making a whole tray of muffins.
Everyone.
Everybody wants to be part of the party. You can do every single one. They say, let us join the party.
What, can I have this one? No. I can't even do one.
Max is our egg cracker. Exactly. He's making music with the eggs. Willa, he's making music with the eggs. Bum, 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 bum.
You're only trying to gather on your hand.
There we go. Want to peel off another chunk for me and I'll spread these ones out? Thanks, Max.
Is that a chunk?
That's a chunk.
Yeah, but don't forget having the stuff or the white.
The white stuff is fat, and this stuff is like the meat part. So bacon is mainly just fat. We got a little too hungry this morning while we were waiting to cook our breakfast. So me and Max are eating yogurt bowls, and Dana's putting Willa to sleep for her first nap.
And I ate a butter date.
Max ate 3 butter dates, 1 bowl of yogurt, some frozen raspberries, almond butter, honey, a glass of milk, and I got myself a yogurt bowl as well now.
No, I'll put the all over.
Max added the cilantro to the eggs. Now we're gonna do 2 egg muffins, just cilantro. And then for the rest of us, we're gonna add bacon and Parmesan.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
Chef Max, are you on it?
Yeah.
Do you wanna scoop it into the tray?
But with something.
Yeah, definitely. I was thinking with this. Okay. There we go. I think she wants 1 or 2.
Oh, it's really not flat if you fit here. Hey, look what you do when I eat it.
You can pick it up. Here, try again.
It is not too cold.
Hey, look, she's trying it.
You want to get back in.
She's trying.
No, try it out. You want to look at you.
Yeah, she would love that.
Really?
She said, what do you know about egg muffins?
Pick that frosting.
Oh, yeah.
Frosting.
See if she wants some chicken heart.
You want some chicken out frosting.
Do you want a little of this?
Frosting. It's frosting.
It's frosting.
We'll eat healthy frosting.
She likes the frosting.
She want to eat it before we put on it.
The other thing that we've been working on since we got to Florida is a kids cooking course. We're calling it Cooking with Littles.
Cooking with Littles.
Welcome to Cooking with Littles.
Welcome to Cooking with Littles.
It's all about like the practical and the magical and how to actually enjoy having your kids in the kitchen and get food actually cooked. So we filmed it at a green screen. It was so much fun. This course is going to be amazing. It's truly one of the most fun things ever. It's just so much information. I got to sit down and chat, tell you everything I love, all my tips, all my tricks, the tactics, the magic, the reality, the chaos, the mess. Everything is in there. I think it's probably like 2.5 hours of audio over 4 modules with like an intro and an outro. Lou will cut the video with like so much amazing footage. And yeah, I'm just really, it's our first ever course. We've never made a course before. I started a video course. I'm like, I feel like it really pulls into our strengths. I love to talk. Lou loves to edit videos. We've got a lot of time in the kitchen with kids to share with you.
A big thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this week's video. I built a sign-up page for our new cooking course real quick this morning while Dana and Max were making breakfast. I really love the ability to add video backgrounds so easily into a page. And the fact that the website does the heavy lifting of making the footage actually play smoothly on a range of devices without me having to tinker with codecs and export settings endlessly. There's a fallback option to insert a photo in the event that video doesn't work on a mobile device, which is a really thoughtful feature to keep things running smoothly. Having buttons like this little sign-up sheet that comes with our website colors and aesthetic saves so much time and allows me to build pages like this in a matter of minutes. If you're ready to create something of your own, head to squarespace.com/wildweroam for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use code WILDWEROAM for 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.